Hey everybody, J-Man105 coming back at you with another hobby-related video, and as you can tell, it probably has something to do with rockets. More specifically, I want to talk about rocket design. A lot of people out there in the hobby have their own ways of designing homemade rockets. I'm going to show you my process, because I have been asked about it, so I thought, why not? I will go over what I do in terms of starting the design, through building the rocket, and finishing it. In my case, it all starts with this clipboard, and that's a fin guide in case anyone's wondering. I usually start off with several schematics which contain the main body tube and the fin assemblies, the nose cone, any baffles or anything that goes inside the rocket, including parachutes and avionics. Once that's done and I've settled on a design, I usually head over here to my building supply box. If I have what I need, I just take out what I need and start going. I usually always have some cardboard or reinforced tubes sitting in there. If I don't have what I need, then it's off to the stores, whether a hardware store, building center, or, believe it or not, office supply to get cardboard tubes. Once that is complete, we go into the second stage, which is starting the build. And depending on how big the rocket is, I will always start at the rear of the rocket, so the first tube with the rear tail assembly, the motor mount, the launch lug, and then I will start going forward. I'll add the second tube, glue it together. I'll add whatever needs to go in with the nose, which would be the parachute or any avionics or technology, and then the cone itself. That being said, before I do put two tubes together, if I'm putting in a baffle system or anything to make sure the parachute doesn't get damaged, that goes in first. Once that is complete, I usually, believe it or not, even though it's cardboard, I do a very, very light sand in certain spots, unless I want to go for that swirl look from the cardboard tube, which sometimes I do. And I will spot prime if necessary, or I'll do a coat of primer on the whole rocket, using the cradle, of course. And then once that's complete, I settle on my paint scheme. And believe it or not, sometimes with the paint scheme, I head back to the clipboard and come up using pencil crayons, come up with different color schemes I want to use. In this rocket's case, my latest build, my girlfriend picked out the purple, and I went and got a tester pot and hand painted it and accented the fins and the nose cone with metallic paint. And that's it. Usually I let the paint dry for a couple days. In between coats, it's usually 3 to 4 hours because it's all water-based latex paint. And then we go from there. Once the rocket's done, it is done. A lot of people ask how I come up with some of my designs. This rocket that I named Tomahawk is actually based off of a Sidewinder missile used by the American Armed Forces, because Sidewinder missiles are cool. I modified the design a little bit, cut different fins to match somewhat, and went from there. My Tiger Stripe, or as one of my friends has dubbed it, the Giant Crayon. Thank you for that. Tiger Stripe was born out of something. I wanted a rocket that was very bright but had a distinctive pattern. I'd never used pink before, so I gave it a shot. Now in this case, you'll also notice that the motor mount is recessed. So I don't have like your normal metal motor mount that sticks out. I have a recessed one that's in the tube. You can't really see it because it's dark in there. But you would jam your rocket fuel up until it gets the little lip of the motor mount. The fuel tube will stick out maybe a centimeter. And then when the rocket comes back down and it cools off, you just yank out the engine and start again. It's not the best design, mind you, but I play around with things like this. If I use Tomahawk as an example, it has a partially recessed motor mount, but it does have the metal sticking out. In this case, the tubes from aluminum foil were exactly perfect for the D&E fuel rods that I'm going to use, so no problems there. Sometimes things work out, so you just adjust your design accordingly. This, you're probably thinking, well, you didn't design that. Technically, I only designed it partially. This is an Estes Big Bertha that I lengthened with an extra body tube from another rocket kit that I never really built. I just cannibalized it because I really liked the Big Bertha, but at the same time it needs to be taller, so it's taller. In my design process, I always make sure I have extra parts available, so cardboard tubes, launch lugs, and I also have bins of parts depending on the rocket I want to build. I have an extra motor mount there, some fins from a previous rocket that I took apart, and a lot of other cardboard, plastic, and metal parts specifically for rockets. So it is a bit of a process, but it's extremely rewarding, and that is how I do it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more hobby-related content, please join the Hobby Lounge on Discord. Have a great day.